And we're back. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4 Vanilla as the German Reich. Last time was just the intro video, so this time it is time for us to actually get started proper and do the rest of my setup, for one thing. I have our battle plan set up for the armies that are going along the Polish border, even though that war's not going to be for a good long while. And we have the idiots over here going forced to put in garrison locations until we can actually access the Rhineland with military units again. So the first thing to do is our first national focus. So, if I was going to go very, very ahistorical, we could go with oppose Hitler and start a civil war to re-establish the German Empire or something, which is a very cool way to play, and I have done it before, but it's not what we're doing this time. No. We're going to start with the actual Rhineland focus. There are a few others I could do before that, but I just prefer to start with the Rhineland, because I just want to get it out of the way. It's kind of a pain in the ass. So, we will remilitarize the Rhineland. For the first thing. Second, we have an oil deficiency. So, Soviet Union, I would like some of your oil, please. Also, please ignore the fact that I will probably be invading you at some point in this game. That doesn't matter right now. Haha. I'm going to also see if I can't get some rubber from, let's see, Brazil will do. It's more than we need, but what the hell. Now we have 4 research slots to assign, so let us get to that. We'll start with industry and engineering, because I gotta move down that computer tree or we'll eventually not know how many bloody troops we're attacking. So electronic mechanical engineering first, alongside basic machine tools and construction 1. Then this thing. I have no idea how you pronounce that, but it's basically more portable automatic weapons. And that's a 1918 tech, which we don't start with research. And that's kind of a shame. We got plenty of free military factories. Well, I say plenty, we have 8 free military factories. First of all, let's put a couple more into the production of light tanks. We're stuck with light tanks for now. Well, light tanks and motorized. Actually, I'll take a few off of motorized. We more need fighters and bombers being produced, really, as opposed to motorized right now, because I don't really give a damn about motorized, if I'm perfectly honest. Of course, I would need 3 more military factories to be able to produce tactical bombers on a weekly basis as opposed to a monthly one. Can I take anything off anywhere? No. Don't think I can. But now we have some free factories, so I am going to plunk down a load of military factories all over. That's going to be the first thing I do. Civilian factories are all well and good for that whole thing, but I would like military factories more. I'll get a handful of civilian ones, just so I can trade for goods and services with people. And I do tend to just fill up my construction queue early on, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Also, let's get a couple of dockyards so I can build more damn submarines. Back over to production. I'd like to assign these to actual fleets. Once I get a look-see at what we got. Let's see. One submarine fleet. What have you got? Heavy cruiser, light cruiser, destroyers, and a couple of subs. I'm going to, I think, group up all my submarines into one fleet. That's my plan for the time being. It's probably a dumb plan, but it's what I'm going with. So you guys are getting my good friend Karl Dernitz for the submarine attack. And Weddigen here is going to be where the submarines are assigned to go. Kriegsmarine. These ships all the way over there can join up with the Kriegsmarine, who are going to be the people that get my other ships. So let's get those assigned properly. And you probably guessed this, just based on the way I'm playing so far, but the moment that all my other ships finish, I am going to abuse the shit out of the submarine construction and just start recruiting nothing but submarines. I am going to go submarine crazy and try and essentially choke the United Kingdom's supply lines to death once the war starts. That's my current plan. So if that's a terrible idea and will just get me slaughtered, then don't hesitate to inform me of such. But you guys can move over there. We want to have a lot of our planes over near the Polish border, because my idea is, once that war starts, I want to just rush Poland and take them out as soon as I possibly can. Just so I can then move all those troops over to the west and crush France and the Netherlands and Belgium and Luxembourg and everyone. So that's my idea. Win very fast against Poland, so I can then turn around and crush the French. Let's hope it works better than the German World War I plan of win very fast against France so we can turn around and crush the Russians. Because we all know how well that didn't go, right? But now it's time to get a few divisions in basic training. What actually comes in the Panzer divisions? Not bad. I'm gonna say 4 of those and 2 of those, because I need a good deal less in terms of ground forces, by which I mean infantry, by the way. I need a good deal less infantry than I do tanks, because I have a tendency, as Germany, to just abuse the shit out of tanks, as far as that goes. So I'll set up a similar sort of thing over near the French border. Just because we do also need to get a defensive line set up over here when the war starts. France isn't just going to sit on their asses and let us invade Poland. Well, most of the time they don't do that. I have seen it happen, but it's pretty rare. So, Gotta start building up political power too to get more of everything here, because I'd like to fill out a lot of my military staff and stuff before the war starts. But I'm gonna kick it up to 2 speed just to start, and we will finally unpause the damned game. So, yes. You shouldn't expect the war to get going this episode or even next episode or probably even the episode after. What's this? Brazil can't send us all our rubber. Apparently. Soviet Union, why are we... We apparently need a little bit more oil, so Soviets, please give us more oil. As for the 3 rubber we're not getting, I don't really care, because that's not a significant amount of it, I don't think. So I'm fairly certain we can just stick with that, and just add more once we need a lot of it. But I gotta say, I'm really happy to be playing vanilla Hearts of Iron again, as opposed to the Kaiser Reich mod, for a couple of reasons. One of which, ironically enough, is actually copyright related, because I don't know how many of you guys who are watching this have actually uploaded YouTube videos of the Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiser Reich mod, but it tends to not be very friendly with the YouTube copyright system, because with the exception of episode 1 and the epilogue, I literally got 5 matched third-party content notices on every single video in that series I released. And I'm still waiting for them to release my disputes on like 3 or 4 of those, so Kaiser Reich is a nightmare when it comes to that, and technically I don't need to dispute them, just because I'm not actually making any money off my videos, because of their policy changes and stuff. I am not a YouTube partner anymore. Not that I made anything when I was, mind you. But anyways, technically I don't need to. But I just feel like I should dispute them. It's the principle of the thing. I don't want some random company making money off of my hard work if I can avoid it. So I went ahead and disputed all of them. And I'm still waiting for a bunch of them to come down at this point. And some of those videos are like over a month old, so it's kind of ridiculous how long some of this shit takes. It really is. Okay, those guys are doing okay. I'm actually going to kick us up to 3 speed just because it's 1936 in January, and nothing really happens this early on in Vanilla Hearts of Iron, so I want to get us moving a little bit so that we can reach things actually happening. What's Italy up to? Ethiopian war logistics. I basically never go for that, pretty much, except for later on, after I've won in Africa, and it's basically my go-to as Italy to conquer Yugoslavia and then start going after a bunch of people. And Italy was actually the first country I ever played in Kaiser Reich, so it's quite fun to play as, even if it's not who I'm doing right now, and you can do a lot of damage over in Africa. At least you could when I last played it. It'd be a little rough for me to figure that out now, I think, though. Just because the last time I played Italy, it was before they did this whole thing with making certain regions of Africa and other places impassable. It was before that whole thing. So it might be a little tricky, but the last time I played as Italy, by the time we hit 1944, I owned literally all of Africa, with the exception of Madagascar. And honestly, the worst thing, the only time I actually did something that went badly wrong in that campaign was when I declared war on Greece, because the mountains here in Greece, they by that point managed to get them so well fortified that it was basically impossible for me to break through, so I was at war with Greece for the rest of that game, and no progress was ever made on either side in that war. Which was kind of interesting. And of course the US has everyone and their grandmother in South America guaranteed, except for the UK, Dutch, and French colonies down there. But fortunately for the people who play down there, down there, it's actually only really something to worry about for foreigners. So, Brazil could attack Bolivia and Peru, for instance, under the way the Monroe Doctrine guarantee worked to the US at the start of the game, but if Portugal attacked Venezuela, then the US would come in to defend Venezuela. They can make some tweaks to it through their national focuses. And let's see if I can find the one I'm talking about here to actually show it off. Yeah, reaffirm Monroe Doctrine. And if you go down here to a certain one, I think, yeah, Pax Americanus. United States can intervene in wars between American countries, so if they take that, then the US can intervene on behalf of countries within the Americas that are warring with each other, rather than just if they're attacked by outsiders. Now we have some decisions available to us. None of which I really care to take, because not really something I give a damn about. The anti-democratic and anti-fascist raids are nice and all, but I don't really feel the need to do anything about that just yet, quite honestly, so I will leave it as is. Oh, whatever. I guess we will trade for a little rubber after all, from Siam. I don't need to, but I'm gonna do it anyways. And that's some military factories coming in for us. Let's see. I'm gonna start increasing the stuff that we're still short of at first. And we'll go from there, I think. Should help us out overall. And we're back up to 3 of our 4 groups are actually recruiting now, rather than just 2 of them. I can probably fix that one once we do a few more upgrades to our military infrastructure, I mean. How long till that's done? 18th of March. Okay then. How are we doing with this? About 18 days until the Rhineland is remilitarized. And we can give the French and the British the universal middle finger. Oh, that is going to be so much fun. Just telling two countries to go fuck themselves. I do love screwing with Britain and France as Germany and Hearts of Iron. It's so awesome. And hello, Spanish Civil War! I was wondering when you were gonna pop up. A civil war has erupted in Spain. Several generals seeking to overthrow the current government in Madrid have issued a pronunciamiento, and a large portion of the Spanish armed forces have answered their call to arms. This right-wing nationalist faction has occupied much of Spain, including the overseas territories. Loyalist forces and volunteers have assembled under the left-wing Republican government, determined to resist the push to their last breath. The battle for Spain has begun. And this will give me a good opportunity to actually do some fighting, rather than sitting around and doing not a goddamn thing. First, detach these 3 divisions, give them a new army. I think... let's see... Kurt Student here. First, I gotta do this actually properly. Give him a new trait. You can have Skirmisher. Just for the hell of it. I've never really messed around with these traits or anything, so I'm not really sure about this whole thing. But... Army 3 will be Expeditionary Forces. Yeah, that's what I'm calling them. And I'm going to send my Expeditionary Forces under Mr. Student here to go and help out the Spanish nationalists. Oh, apparently I can only send 2 divisions. That's unusual. For some reason, I was under the impression I could send 3. Oh well. Oh well, I've got them down to the appropriate number now, so... we will send those 2. And we can then fight the Spanish in Spain. We've got volunteer forces in transit, and I'm going to use them to help out. I mean, I'm not sure exactly if the Spanish nationalists are going to need help. I don't remember how often they tend to win if you just leave them to their own devices, but I'd like to make sure, just because having nationalist Spain here rather than Republican Spain would be a little more peace of mind, and a good deal less annoying in the long term, because if it's Republican Spain sitting there, then I'm obligated, just because of their ideology and government and stuff, to invade their asses. If we're talking about nationalist Spain, I don't have to do that, which makes things a good deal easier on me. Speaking of which, only a couple days left until we remilitarize the Rhineland. Four days, to be precise. Looks like the nationalists are making some good progress thus far. handy indeed. Though I'll be happier when my guys are there, because then I can help out. And I'm dropping our speed down now. As the Rhineland focus is done. We'll now move on to some of the industrial focuses over here. Just to start getting our infrastructure looking better. I would go with that. We have better national focus now, so I can pick up some people for this. I'll start with our Chief of the Army. I am going to get Wilhelm Kettel and make our divisions train faster, basically. That's my first dude. There they are. Now go help out the Spanish. The remilitarization of the Rhineland. Germany has stationed troops in the Rhineland territory, close to the French border in clear violation of the Treaty of Versailles. The local population cheered the German soldiers on, while the diplomatic reactions from France and Britain have so far been muted. It is no more than the Germans walking in their own backyard, a political commentator in Britain observed. It is German territory. And now, screw that garrison crap. You guys, park yourselves along the Belgian border for now. Everybody stop, I want to actually get this right. Yes, park your asses along the Belgian border. The fuck? Whatever. Now, use strategic redeployment to get your butts there faster, please. And I am bumping us up to 2 speed. I'd like to make some progress, and 2 speed is better than 3 speed. Which doesn't really work all that well in a war type situation, this 3 speed. Now we're actually in the fight and helping out our Spanish nationalists, well, not exactly allies, but close enough that the term somewhat applies. There are allies of circumstance, let's just say. And I will ignore the need for oil for the moment.
Greift weiter an!
We're going to be doing a lot of our combat in Spain for now. But it's going to be very slow combat. And it would appear the Republicans are attempting an attack from Madrid. Not on Madrid, from Madrid. Nationalist Spain still has the edge, but I am going to help out here regardless.
Zuhören!
that off. Then we are going to help out here with mopping up a few pockets. Some more construction stuff done. There. Go on. Those guys are being attacked from 3 directions, basically. Possibly even 4, so that should help. And we have them pinned while the Spanish move on another victory point. So even if we don't take it, it accomplishes our goal. Hopefully they get there in time. It's not that far to go anyhow. Fight's going well for the Spanish. Did I just say the Spanish? That sounded kind of dumb. I can't believe I did that. But those 2 divisions are surrounded, meaning they will shortly start to run out of supplies, and are very unlikely to last that long. Excellent. Because for all 3 of you that haven't worked this out, this is actually an excellent way to get rid of annoying divisions, or just enemies fortified in positions you can't take otherwise, is to just take all the provinces surrounding them. And then, when they start to run out of supplies, they'll be a lot weaker and you can just attack. As long as you can hold on to the surrounding areas. That's an excellent way to actually take strong points, is to just occupy everything around them and then attack. Which is a strategy that I use when I remember to do so. Which is to say, I forget about it half the time, which makes me an idiot. Because of course. We're winning there, and Spain's mopped up in this little area, but not really any attacks going on over here. I guess they don't really want to commit troops, and they probably don't know how many divisions are there, which would make them a little bit reluctant to actually send in forces. But Spain is busy getting rid of a bunch of these pockets. And we've got a lot of attacks going on down there. But they seem to be more defending along this line rather than attacking. If I'm seeing that right. The 4-year plan still has about a month and a half to go on that initial focus. Which one do I want to go for after this? There's the infrastructure construction. West Wall gives us a bunch of forts on the French border, essentially our version of the Maginot Line. But I think when that finishes, I'll go down the army innovation path, because that gives us something very handy. It will let us get access to medium tanks a couple of years early, by virtue of a treaty that we can sign with the Soviet Union for some tank designs. Which is really handy. Things we want to fight this war, getting medium tanks early will really help with that. They seem to have things handled there. I'm going to have these divisions go down to the main Spanish border and help out with starting to push them back here. Because the Spanish seem to be holding in that region. The Spanish we don't want to be holding. Fuck that. They're pushing back over here. I would like that to not be the case anymore, so I'll send my divisions over there to help out. That's the thing I have to do in Historical Hearts of Iron. I have to change my mind rather a lot, just because of the fact that I only have 2 divisions to work with. And those 2 divisions are currently under assault. I only have 2 divisions to work with, whereas Spanish have a lot more, so I can push the outcome in favor of what I would like to see happen, but I can't actually cause them to win or lose the war. That's on them. These guys should arrive soon, and we are winning this battle against those 3 Spanish divisions. Should push them back soon enough. Those guys are arriving there soon. And once we manage to tie up that little pocket, I'm going to send my divisions down in that general direction to help out against the Republican Spain's main front line here, which hasn't really gone anywhere since the start of the war. Hello, Electronic Mechanical Engineering. Very nice to see you. Hang on a second. Let me check something. I'm going to research radios next. But here's the thing I want to ask. What's your opinion on signal companies? The actual divisions. How useful are they? Because I always research them just because they're there and I feel like I should. And I always think radios will be tremendously valuable or something, but I never use them. Are they a division type that I should really be using a lot more? If they are, can you give me any tips on how to use them properly? As that's never something I do a lot with. My main armies are generally infantry and tanks, with a lot of fighters and bombers supporting them. That's the bulk of my forces, really. Let's get those 3 dealt with if we can. But yeah, if you could give me a little bit more information on how useful or useless signal companies are in Hearts of Iron 4, I'd really appreciate it, because I don't have much, if any, experience with that, quite honestly. Alrighty, making some progress here. 7. Now we're in the 70% in favor of winning that fight. Gets 4 divisions. Then again, we have 7 divisions attacking them. Possibly 8 or 9, depending on how many from Zaragoza are participating. I can't really tell with that. But we're gonna win that fight, and then I can help them mop up in that area. But how are things going elsewhere? Pretty unchanged, I see. But that one group of divisions there is pretty isolated, but still trying to attack. Unlikely they'll actually find any success, but who knows? Don't knock it, I guess. But this fight down in Spain is pretty slow going. However, I don't know why, but it seems like player participation always causes these civil wars to shift in your favor, and I don't know why it does that, but it just does. Or is that completely my imagination, and it's never been the case that player participation makes the wars go the way you want them to? It probably is my imagination, but I'd like to imagine I'm relevant in this, so I keep on imagining that. Haha. About a month left until that national focus is done. So for the time being, we will keep on fighting the Spanish and finishing up building more military factories. By the way, more light tanks, please. I can now produce them on a daily basis rather than a weekly one. Hooray for that. 91%, 92%, 93. Yeah, if anyone who has not played Hearts of Iron 4 is watching this, you're probably noticing something that a lot of Hearts of Iron players consider pretty obvious. Combat in this game is pretty darn slow. You're not about to win battles in a few minutes or anything. They take a long time to conclude. Which is good and bad. It's nice because if you are on the attack or defense and things aren't going your way, then you have plenty of time to respond and get extra forces there to change the way things are going. But it's bad because it can get a little annoying if you have a battle that is literally the pivotal one to make or break your campaign and you're not seeing any progress. Now, how about we help out here? Well, I could help there instead, but I like this one better. Actually, screw it. Well, my divisions here are pretty low on their whole organization, so I'm gonna give them a break from attacking to cover their organization a bit, so they can participate in a reasonable fashion here. Yeah, they're at like 50% of what was their overall organization each. And I would like to give them a chance to recover that. Hang on a second.
Zuhören. Alright.
That is the 1st Division that we've recruited, who's being assigned to the Polish front. We're gonna get enough going on over there. We can easily crush the Polish by the time we get around to being able to do the Danziger War focus. And another one. What do you know? Of course, I'll also probably have to set up multiple armies to get it done. Because we are going to need more than 25 divisions you can fit in a single army on each front, I think. Well, technically we might not need them for Poland, but it's probably a good idea to have them anyways. Go on then. I think we're pretty good for organization now, so go on the attack. Also gonna drop it down to 1 speed. I get things worked out with our military staff now. First thing I'm going to do is get a medium tank designer. Because we don't have any yet, but once we get them, at least in the way I play, medium tanks are literally the backbone of my army. In a way. By which I mean that I recruit more medium tanks than literally anything else. So, having medium tanks that are just better from things like that guy, right there, well, that medium tank designer, rather, can be quite handy, and I like to get it when I can. Keep on going with the Spanish Civil War. I'll keep helping out. But it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere down there. Maybe if I get rid of this pocket of resistance, though, it might let the Spanish nationalists do better down here, because they won't have to divert these forces to both defend the border and try and take this. That would be very nice indeed. Of course, I'm literally playing Help Point, the Spanish nationalists right now. Not really in the hopes that we get something out of it, more because I want to test my equipment and such. So yeah, win that battle, and then you can swing around and attack there, I think. I do believe that was a division in retreat. Oh. Oh, were you trying to attack me? Aw, that's so adorable. It's just precious, really. Park your asses on that border.
Unter Beschuss.
Don't know if we win that or how long it will take. Get it? 4-year plan underway. Come on. 6. Okay. Apparently we're losing there. These divisions could do a little more recovery, and could also do with some more divisions coming in to help, but now I'll move them over to help out there. 2 days left. The 4-year plan has finished. I can move on to more important things. Also, we're gonna help them out just by sticking my divisions there. Four-year plan, donezo. Next thing I'm going for is army innovations. Like I said, starts us down the path of having those medium tanks that are so awesome. Right now, not a lot's happening in the Spanish War, so I'll kick it up to 3 speed. We don't really need to focus on Spain. It's effectively running itself right now. And even if it wasn't, there's not a whole lot I can do down there beyond what I'm doing right now. So, kind of pointless to be focusing so heavily on it. Except there's not much else to focus on. Come on. Oh yeah. Got that, and should be able to move on Barcelona after we occupy this place. That's gonna be a victory soon. Excellent. Portable machine guns, or whatever the hell is done now, so let's see. Wait on that because it's too ahead of time, but right now I'm going to start working on our artillery, interwar artillery, to have better guns. And I'll take me some more production efficiency cap also, I think. Excellent, excellent. Continue on winning with that. Event decision timeout. MIFO builds due. Okay. There you go. No idea what those are, to be honest. Except it's some war preparation thing or something like that. On more fighters with our extra industry. Okay. This attack is going, but very slowly. And it looks like things have been flipped on their head a little bit in southern Spain. Not in a good way. That one pocket of divisions is broken out there. God damn it, Italy. Why don't you send some divisions to help out the nationalists? You're also fascist. Jesus. You're just as useless now as you were in World War I. Oh my god. They've just annexed Ethiopia, so they were still fighting Ethiopia in June. Oh my god. Italy, you're worthless. You deserve it if you got occupied during the war. You are pathetic. God. Hell. Italy, will you start participating, goddammit? There's not really a whole lot else I can do to help the nationalists win their little civil war. Italy, on the other hand, probably could help, but they're too incompetent to do it. Okay, so I'm not gonna stop it just yet, but just wanted to let you know we're getting pretty close to the end point, I think. Probably gonna run till like the beginning of August or so, and then I'll call it quits for this episode. Not really a very action-packed one compared to like how Kaiserreich was at the end, but this is the very beginning of Hearts of Iron, and Kaiserreich or Vanilla generally starts pretty slow, which is what this is doing here. And oh dear, this fight does not appear to be going in our favor. Or is it just stalemated? I saw that flicker up back up to 75 for a second there. The Nationalists are trying to take Madrid, and we are failing to take this place. And there's a little bit of a stalemate here. Okay. Come on. So yeah, I'm going to end this episode on the 1st of August, I think. And then I'll pick up with the next one on the Tuesday after this goes up. As this is being recorded to be released on a Friday. Which you probably already know because I'm recording this in the same week that I started this series. So most people are probably already aware of that fact. I do believe we've broken through now. Barcelona, gimme, gimme, gimme. I'll take me one Barcelona, thank you. Seriously? They just suddenly get their momentum back, right as I was about to occupy Barcelona. That is so aggravating. Again. Let's see, 274. I'll put that into the fighters also. I think you need to stop to recharge your organization a little bit. Just in case. So how about attacking there? It's only one division, and then I could swing around, isolate Barcelona, and take that, possibly. I mean, it's not a guarantee, but it's more likely than just hitting them head on like I was trying to do before. And my research into construction is done. So now, we're going to do some more mobile warfare doctrine. Hello, more blitzkrieg things. Yeah, I don't know why, but I just love playing Hearts of Iron with blitzkrieg. That and mass assault are my favorite doctrines, just because the two countries that I have played in all Hearts of Iron games more than any others are Russia and Germany. And those doctrines are basically the ones you can consider to be the Russian and German doctrines, respectively. So that's kind of why I enjoy it so much, I suppose. And just to clear this up, if you're wondering why I keep looking over to my left or right, I suppose, according to your perspective, all the time during the recordings, it's because I have a second screen over there, and that screen is showing me, well, that's where I keep my software that I use to keep an eye on the recording. So I'm looking over there to make sure nothing's going wrong and the audio's good and everything. Which is why you will sometimes see me doing that. So if you're wondering why I do that all the time, that is why. Knocking it down to 2 speed, as we are getting pretty close to the end of July. I want to be able to stop it in time. Let's see. Yeah, front line's not really going anywhere, but there is an attack on Madrid still ongoing. In our favor. Army Innovations is done now. Oh, that'll give us some more bonuses to land doctrine research and what have you. Treaty with the USSR. This is going to give us a bonus to be able to research the medium tanks quite early. And I'm gonna rush that immediately. As that way, once we finish Okay, and after all of that, I think we've reached a pretty natural stopping point for this episode, so I'm going to call it here. This has been DarkPhoenix Gaming, and you've been watching my Hearts of Iron 4 series as the German Reich. I hope you've enjoyed this, and next time around we are going to carry on building up our forces in preparation for the war, and continue trying, and I emphasize trying here, to help the Spanish nationalists win their civil war, because I would very much like there to be one less country I have to invade, because, as we all know, if Republican Spain is still around, I am obligated to invade their asses. But anyways, just to bring this up now, you will probably have noticed there's a bit of missing audio in the middle of this where my mouth is moving in the webcam, but you can't hear anything. Basically, my mic got muted for a little bit and I didn't notice in time. But anyways, that's enough of that. So, thank you very much for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed, and If you're looking forward to the next episode, and I hope you are, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to see more like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again for my next episode on Tuesday. So, until then, take care folks, I'll see you then. So long for now.